A pointer is a special kind of variable whose job is to store the address of another variable. Imagine a house. Each house has a unique street number. A normal variable is like a person living in the house, while a pointer is like a piece of paper that writes down the house number. In C, the type of a pointer tells the compiler what kind of object lives at that address, because the size of the object matters when we later move the pointer. Int *p, p can hold the address of an int. Char *cptr, cptr can hold the address of a char. The asterisk is part of the type, not an operator here. You may also see the asterisk attached to the variable name. Int *p both are equivalent. The important thing is that p is a variable that will contain an integer type address once we assign it a value with the address of operator ampersand. Explanation: the address of operator ampersand is a unary operator that takes a variable and produces its memory address as a value of pointer type. Its syntax is simply ampersand variable. For example, in x equals 10, int *px equals ampersand x. Px now holds the address of x. Semantically, ampersand x evaluates to a value of type int star, pointer to int. The evaluation is performed at runtime. The compiler knows where x will be placed, stack, static area, etc., and generates code that loads that address. A key points. Ampersand can only be applied to L values, objects that have a storage location. Trying &5 is illegal because the literal 5 does not occupy a memory cell you can point to. The resulting pointer value can be stored compared passed to functions or printed, often using %p. Ampersand on an array name gives the address of the whole array, which has type t star left parenthesis star right parenthesis left bracket and right bracket, pointer to an array of n elements, not t star. This distinction matters when you need the address of the entire block rather than the address of the first element. The dereferencing operator star is used to access the value stored at the memory address a pointer holds. If p is a pointer, star p reads or writes the object located at that address. Continuing the house analogy, if the paper p says 123 Main Street, then star p is the person living at that house. Int x equals 42, int *px equals address of x, int y equals *px equals 100. Notice that *px appears on the left side of an assignment. This writes through the pointer. The type of *p is the pointed to type. If p is char star, then *p is a char. Common pitfalls. Dereferencing a null pointer null crashes the program. Dereferencing an uninitialized wild pointer leads to undefined behavior because the address may be garbage. Pointer arithmetic works because the compiler knows the size of the object a pointer points to. Adding or subtracting an integer n to a pointer moves the address by n times size of t, where t is the pointed to type. Increment/decrement. Int open bracket 5 close bracket equals open brace 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 close brace semicolon. Int *p equals a semicolon points to a 0, plus p semicolon now points to a 1, address increased by size of int, p semicolon back to a 0. If size of int is 4 bytes, then p plus 1 adds 4 to the numeric address. Difference. When you subtract two pointers that point into the same array, the result is the number of elements between them, not the byte difference. Int *first equals ampersand a open bracket 1 close bracket semicolon address of a 1. Int *last equals ampersand a open bracket 4 close bracket semicolon address of a 4. ptrdiff tdiff equals last minus first semicolon diff equals 3 elements. Mathematically, if address of p equals b plus I times size and address of q equals b plus j times size, then q minus p equals open parenthesis j minus I close parenthesis, and the byte difference is open parenthesis j minus I close parenthesis times size. The type ptrdiff t is assigned integer guaranteed to hold this difference. Underlying integer calculations. You can cast a pointer to an integer type, uinter t, to see the raw address. Uinter t raw equals open parenthesis uinter t close parenthesis p semicolon. Raw plus equals 1 semicolon moves 1 byte, not 1 element. But such arithmetic is rarely needed. It is usually better to stay in pointer arithmetic domain for safety. A null pointer is a pointer that is guaranteed not to point to any valid object. It is created by assigning null or nullter in C++ to a pointer. Trying to dereference a null pointer is undefined behavior, typically a crash. Int star p equals null, safe way to say p points nowhere. A wild or dangling pointer is a pointer that contains a garbage address because it was never initialized, or because the object it used to point to has gone out of scope. For example, a pointer to a local variable after the function returns. Using a wild pointer leads to undefined behavior. The program may read random memory, corrupt data, or crash. Undefined behavior, abbreviation UB, occurs when the C standard does not prescribe what should happen. Examples include dereferencing a null or wild pointer, accessing memory beyond the bounds of an array, pointer past the end, modifying a string literal via char star. The consequence of undefined behavior is that the compiler is free to generate any code it likes. The program's outcome is unpredictable. Therefore, always initialize pointers, for example int star p equals null, and set them to null after freeing memory. In C, an array name is not a pointer, but in most expressions it decays to a pointer to its first element. This is why you can write int star p equals r even though r is declared as int r10. The decay happens automatically, except when the array appears as the operand of ampersand address of or siziof. Subscript equivalence. The expression r indexed I is defined by the language as star r plus I. Because pointer addition is defined, r plus I yields a pointer to the ith element, and dereferencing star gives the value. The same works backwards. I indexed r is also valid because it is interpreted as star I plus r. Example, int nums3 equals 5, 10, 15. Print %d newline, nums indexed 1, star nums plus 1 both print 10. Array versus pointer differences. Siziof nums yields the total size of the array, for example 12 bytes for 3 ints, whereas siziof p where int star p equals nums yields the size of the pointer, typically 8 bytes on a 64-bit system. Ampersand nums has type int pointer to array 3, not int star. This matters when passing the whole array to a function that expects a pointer to an array. C passes arguments to functions by value. A copy of each argument is made. If you want a function to modify a variable from the caller, you must give it the variable's address. This is called call by reference using pointers. Call by value example. Void add1 takes an int x and sets x equal to x plus 1. Int a equals 5. Add1 called with a remains 5. Call by reference example. Void add1 ref takes a pointer to int px and sets the value pointed to by px equal to that value plus 1. Int a equals 5. Add1 ref called with address of a becomes 6. Here the caller passes ampersand a. The address of a inside the function asterisk px accesses the original variable, so the change is visible to the caller. Advantages of using pointers for reference passing. Large structures can be passed efficiently because only the address is copied. The function can return more than one result by modifying several pointed to objects. Caution: the pointer must be valid, non-null, and correctly typed when the function dereferences it. Otherwise, undefined behavior ensues. Explanation: a function pointer is a variable that stores the address of a function. Its type encodes the function's return type and parameter list. The syntax is a bit tricky because the asterisk is part of the declarator, not the function name. Declaration: int star open parenthesis cmp close parenthesis open parenthesis const void star comma const void star close parenthesis semicolon comment pointer to a function returning int and taking two const void star arguments. You can also use typedef to simplify. Typedef int star open parenthesis cmp underscore t close parenthesis open parenthesis const void star comma const void star close parenthesis semicolon new line cmp underscore t semicolon. Assignment: assign the address of a matching function. The function name decays to a pointer. Int compare underscore int open parenthesis const void star a comma const void star b close parenthesis open brace return star open parenthesis int star close parenthesis a minus star open parenthesis int star close parenthesis b semicolon close brace. CMP equals compare underscore int semicolon comment or CMP equals ampersand compare underscore int semicolon. Invocation: call through the pointer just like a normal function call. Int result equals CMP open parenthesis ampersand x comma ampersand y close parenthesis semicolon. Use in callbacks. Many standard library functions accept a function pointer to customize behavior. Example QSort uses a comparator function pointer. Int r open bracket close bracket equals open brace 4, 2, 5, 1, 3 close brace semicolon. QSort open parenthesis r, 5, sizeof open parenthesis int close parenthesis, compare underscore int close parenthesis, semicolon comment compare underscore int is passed as a callback. The library will call compare underscore int for each pair of elements during sorting. Function pointers enable this kind of plug-in architecture. What is the type of the expression ampersand array if int array open bracket 10 close bracket, a int star, b, int star left parentheses star right bracket 10 right parentheses, c, int star star, d int. Answer B, int star left parentheses star right bracket 10 right parentheses, which is pointer to an array of 10 ints. Given int star p equals null, which statement is defined behavior, a star p equals 5, b p plus plus. C, if p then print %d comma star pd print %p comma p. Answer D, printing a null pointer is defined. The others invoke undefined behavior. Explain why int star p equals ampersand array is illegal when array is declared as int array open bracket 5 close bracket. Answer, array decays to a pointer of type int star when used in an expression, but ampersand array yields a pointer to the whole array of type int star left parentheses star right bracket 5 right parentheses. The types do not match, so the assignment is invalid without a cast. Void mystery left parenthesis int star a comma int star b right parenthesis brace star, a equals star, a plus star b semicolon star b equals star a minus star b semicolon star, a equals star a minus star b brace end. Int main left parenthesis right parenthesis brace int x equals 7 comma y equals 3 semicolon mystery, left parenthesis ampersand x comma ampersand, y right parenthesis semicolon print double quote %d space %d backslash, n double quote, comma x comma y semicolon return 0 semicolon brace end. What is printed? Explanation. The function swaps the values using arithmetic without a temporary variable. After the call, x becomes 3 and y becomes 7, so the output is 3, 7.